Just as at the age of 14, one becomes sexually mature. If we take life as it has been taken traditionally, that it consists of 70 years, those who have watched life very deeply have found that every 7 years, there is a change, a turning. The first 7 years are innocent. The second 7 years, the child is very much interested in inquiring, in questioning, curiosity. After the 14th up to the 21st year, he has the most powerful sexuality. The highest peak of sexuality, you will be surprised to know, is near about 18 or 19 years. And humanity has been trying to avoid that period by providing educational programs, colleges, universities, keeping boys and girls apart. That is the time when their sexuality and their sexual energy is at the highest point. In those 7 years, from 14 to 21, they could have experienced sexual orgasm very easily. Sexual orgasm is a glimpse which can create in you the urge to find more blissful spaces, because in sexual orgasm 2 things disappear. Your ego disappears, your mind disappears, and time stops, just for a few seconds. But these 3 are the important things. 2 things disappear completely. You're no more, you are. But there is no sense of the ego. Your mind is there, but there are no thoughts, just a deep stillness. Suddenly, because the ego disappears and the mind stops, time stops too. To experience time, you need changing thoughts of the mind. Otherwise, you cannot experience the movement of time. My own understanding is that it was the sexual orgasm that gave the first idea to people about meditation, because a few geniuses must have tried. If we can stop thoughts, if we can drop the ego, and if the mind is not there, time disappears. Then there is no need for any sexual orgasm. You can have the same orgasmic experience alone, and it is no more sexual. It becomes a spiritual experience. Sexual orgasm must have given the first idea that the same experience is possible without sex. Otherwise, there is no way how man could have found meditation. Meditation is not a natural phenomenon. Sexual orgasm is a natural phenomenon, but all societies prevent their children from experiencing it. Nobody says anything about it. This is a strategy, a very dangerous strategy, a criminal act against the whole of humanity, because the children who are deprived of having sexual orgasm will never be able to feel the urge for meditation, or their urge will be very weak. They will not risk anything for it. So up to the age 21, sex reaches to its peak, if it is allowed, as it was allowed in Gautam Buddha's life. All the beautiful girls of his kingdom were given to him. He was surrounded by all the beautiful girls. He knew deep experiences of orgasm. When Zarathustra was 30 years old, he left his home and the lake of his home and went into the mountains. It has to be explained to you that Gautam Buddha left his palace when he was 29 years old. Jesus started his teachings when he was 30 years old. Zarathustra went into the mountains when he was 30 years old. There is something significant about the age of 30, or near about. Then from 21 to 28, the other 7 years, one searches, because sexual orgasm is biological. Soon you will lose the energy and you will not be able to have the orgasm. Secondly, it is dependent on somebody else, a woman, a man. It is destructive of your freedom. It is at a very high cost. So, if a man grows very naturally, is allowed to grow naturally, from 21 to 28, he will search and seek ways and means of how to transcend physiology, biology, and yet remain capable of moving into deeper orgasmic experiences. From 28 to the age 35, all these people, Gautam Buddha, Zarathustra, Lao Tzu, Chuang Tzu, Jesus, all have moved in higher planes of being. And just not to be bothered, not to be hindered by people, not to be distracted, they moved into the mountains, into aloneness. According to me, it was not against life. They were simply searching a silent space where there were no distractions and they could find the greatest orgasmic experience, what William James has called the oceanic orgasm, in which you completely disappear into the ocean of existence, just like a dewdrop slipping from a lotus leaf into the ocean. So the age 30 is not just incidental. All great seekers have left in the search between 28 and 35. That is the period of seeking, searching something that is not of the body, but of the spirit.